Elevation Worship. Chris Brown. No, not the singer you used to in pop culture. It's Chris Brown at Elevation Worship and Mack Brock spending some time with his radio this morning, getting to know them a little bit, diving right into Chris and his story. Chris, you're like homebred in South Carolina, which is so cool. You've been married for 11 years now.
11 years.
How crazy is that, huh?
It feels strange.
You're
honestly.
getting old, dude.
I know.
Yeah.
Very old.
Very old. And you met Beth, your wife, at Anderson University?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep, just up the road from here in Greenville.
How did that happen?
You know, young love at college. Anderson's a beautiful campus. I was there studying music, and she was studying Christian ministries there, and just had a group of friends. We actually led worship together on campus.
For real?
All 4 years we were there. 4.5 for me, actually. I went an extra semester. No, we met there and been married right out of college ever since.
How did you ask? I'm curious.
It's actually a pretty awesome story.
Yeah?
I flew her up to New York City and I proposed in Central Park.
Oh.
There's a lot of details that went behind it, but
I'm sure.
I put a lot into my engagement.
Summertime?
It was October.
It was October. So it was just
Yeah.
starting to get a little cool.
Yep.
And the green. Oh, that is so awesome.
Yep.
That's like a movie right there.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And I love that your family has such a strong history of being in the church and serving in the church.
Yes.
How many generations is it?
5 generations on my mom's side. And then all of her siblings are in the ministry now. My dad's a music pastor, and so I was telling y'all a little bit earlier, it's kind of inevitable that I was going to be in ministry at some point. It's just, the lineage.
That's so cool. And so what does that make you think when you look at your own kids?
It is a strange thing. I have a 5 and a 3-year-old, and so in a lot of ways I'm like, yeah, of course they're going to be in ministry. Like this is what we do. This is what our family does. So I've got a lot of hopes for them, but we'll let them figure it out for themselves.
We're catching up with Chris Brown and Mack Brock, who's a part of Elevation Worship. They're going to be at Outcry tomorrow night in Greenville, and then later in the month in Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina as well. And Mack, you and Meredith have been married for how long now?
It'll be 10 years in May.
10 years?
I know.
You're almost catching up to Chris.
I'm trying my best.
I know. You're just going to be a year behind.
I know.
How'd you guys meet?
Me and Chris?
No, you and Meredith.
No, me and Meredith. We met while she was in school in Columbia, which is where I'm from.
Columbia,
Yeah,
South Carolina.
Columbia, South
And now you have a couple
Carolina.
of kids. It's Harvey and Cyrus.
Harvey and Cyrus. Harvey is a 4.5-year-old little boy who's awesome. Makes me laugh every day.
Uh-huh.
Cyrus is a little 14-month firecracker girl.
What's this fascination with motorcycles that you have?
Oh, I just like him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ever since you were a kid or what?
No. Within the last 5 years, I've kind of gotten into him.
Mack has this ability to decide he's going to like something. He did the same thing with NBA. All of a sudden, just several years ago, I'm just going to like the NBA. And now he's an avid fan. And then motorcycles a couple years ago came out of nowhere.
Wow. Do you build them?
So this one that we're looking at right now was my goal for 2016.
Uh-huh.
I had a goal that I wanted to not build, but just kind of remodel, I guess.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I'm getting there.
Yeah, not a Harleys, but you're into Hondas or.
Well, the new one is a Harley.
Oh, it is.
Yep,
Oh,
so,
dude.
Yeah.
You manned
Right.
up, dude.
I know. I'm trying. Yeah.
And your dad's a pastor too. You're
dad is a
you're a
pastor.
pastor's kid.
Yes, ma'am.
And he still has a church in the Columbia area?
Yep, in Irmo. It's called Gateway Baptist. So that's the church that I grew up in. It's the church that I led worship with the youth band in. It was awesome.
That's so neat.
Yeah, it's a good place.
So leading worship
of
is
good
really
people.
nothing new for you.
It feels like it. It's weird how you grow up in something and you think you know it, or you think you know how it's supposed to be, and then just even being at Elevation for so long now, feel like every season we're learning something new, or I'm learning more aspects of my calling as a worship leader, of what it's like to lead worship. So it's always kind of changing.
Chris Brown, Mack Brock, they are from Elevation Worship. We'll get some Unplugged from them coming up in just a bit. That's next here on his radio.